We have the racks across those rails. That we got that basket right there, wheel locks, the running boards, the skid plate underneath it, the plate cover. This is the ash metallic color right here. Need to go film it, but before I do, of course, I want to make sure we have an exclusive look right here. Thank you so much for checking out this video. This is the 2026 Trailsport. Could not wait to get my hands on it. I remember when this came, you actually might have seen that preview in the rain. And yeah, here it is. So you saw the MSRP right there in the beginning of the video with it. What's going on, Mr. Stricker? Oh, you already know. Yeah, peeping my new ride. Needs better gas mileage. This thing only gets 18 miles in the city. And we had a ridge line, so that means that we would go from that 17 miles that we averaged down to probably like 15. Can't afford the gas on this thing. Well, I wouldn't be willing to pay for the gas on this thing. It's just a great looking machine though. Man, they did a good job on redoing this right here. But what's going on is DOMiNiC, DOMiNiC at TracyHonda.com, your social media manager. Thank you so much for that. From me to you, thank you so much for that. I was always determined to make sure that everybody on social media had a voice rather than not being taken seriously. Now all of a sudden, look, there's influencers everywhere and all kinds of stuff. So congratulations to everybody who does make some type of a living or influencing off of social media, and congratulations to you. Because of you, now look at everybody's on social media trying to sell to you, and by golly, you deserve it. So we'll take a look at this interior in just a second. I just need to drive it. So I'm trying to drive another car, so let me get this one out the way. Bang, bang. I'll adjust the seat later. I just need to hurry up and get out of here. Nice wide screen right there. So if somebody was popping out right there, I'd see them, as opposed to this angle where I might not see somebody who's in this corner. See the corner right here? And then that's straight down right there. So I'll show you that angle in a minute. Today is March 18th. This is the second video today, and my 10th video overall that I'm doing here. I've just been on fire, just extremely busy, and that's what I get paid to do. If any of y'all are in California, Northern California, Central Valley specifically, come check me out. Every other Sunday, I'm in Modesto at the Hobby Lobby on McHenry Avenue. On Sundays, they have a farmer's market, and what I'm doing is I'm presenting the Honda Prologue there. We can come talk about any other Honda, but I'm presenting the Honda Prologue, and I have it on display. So if you want to see me driving this video, that won't have the drive on this video, but I have a drive going on right now on the Elite. I did the Elite in the Sunset Orange. This is Ash Metallic. Anyhow, come on down, meet me in person. Shake my hand, shake yours, fist bump, high five, toe touch, whatever, and just kind of vibe out. See how I interact with the crowd. See how I interact with you in person, and all the good vibes. So here's where I need to film this vehicle. I told them I'd have it back after 4:30, so let me go ahead and get to work here. First, starting off with y'all, and then I'll get to everybody else. Brand new color right there. Well, not a brand new color, but a brand new color for the Odyssey. Is that the Pacific Pewter? Is that what I think it is? Bronze. I forgot they made that. That's a used car, I guess. I completely forgot they made that. Got a urban gray metallic. Look at all these Odyssey we have in stock. I'm about to run an ad on those right there. So what we do here is we do 0 down, 0 due at signing, and 0 drive off available. Drive off meaning the vehicle that you drive off in has a your first month's payment, tax, title, license, registration, and all those fees wrapped up in one. So we have those here all the time. Reach out to me directly, and I'll make sure I get you hooked up with that. It's an all black Sport L. I'm just looking at what we got back here while you're kind of just peeping out the way the car rides and drives. All right, so I also wanted to face this way for a good reason. So let me close this shade, which is the top right button. You push it forward, it'll close the shade, and it'll get rid of this glare right here. put the car in park, and then pull up on the parking brake. Grab this camera right here one more time. Watch out for my hand, and let me show you the settings on this vehicle. So now that I'm back here officially, like really, really officially, parking brake set, what I like to do is, if you got this vehicle, congratulations, you deserve it. Vehicle settings right here. All you need to do is see this. Now, if you want to change the view, you can. And if you want to go like that, you can do it like that. If you hit menu right here, it'll ask you what body color you want. So you can change it to, like, the sunset orange. I'm thinking that's radiant red. And right now we're in the ash metallic. So let's go ahead and keep that there. Now somebody who sees this is going to see that their ash metallic car is right there. Like, oh my gosh, look, that's my car. Driver assist system setup is your forward collision warning distance. So that's a normal distance. You could actually bring that up closer. See that right there? Or you can bring it far, far away. See that right there? So that's the difference between all those different angles right there. ACC vehicle detect beep. When it senses a vehicle between here, here, and there, it'll actually beep when it moves and when it gets in. That's what that is. Your blind spot information is audible, so it's also an alert right there. See it in the corner? See it? See that little? See it right there? That's your blind spot information. Anywho, traffic sign recognition, warning limit, and what have you, and that's what that would be for your driver assist system setup. The other thing that we're going to do, well, we do here, it's called your personalized settings worksheet. We have the keyless access setup that we do for you as well. When you reach your hand in the handle of the door, it'll actually open up the door that you reach, be it the front or be it the side. With the Elite, you can reach in any door handle and it'll open up all the doors. So when you reach in, if you wanted to open up all the doors rather than open up the door and push the unlock button, that's what you're going to do right there. You're going to switch to all doors. If your remote start isn't working, just like in my Elite video, if you check it out, if the vehicle's been remote started twice, then you have to actually start it manually and then turn it off again before you could use the remote start feature. So that would be that right there. And then finally the door setup. So this is just something that I do. I do it when it's shift from park. It's just a safety thing for me. And the reason why I like to shift from park is because, and the walkway auto lock, of course, a couple of reasons. So shift from park. Now that these doors are unlocked, I pulled that handle right there. You see how they're unlocked? If this was an ATM machine, say right there, most of the time people are hanging halfway out their machine like this, right? Just hanging out, just bang, 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 just trying to get your receipt, get your card out, get your money out, right? Make sure I get my money, right? Not even paying attention to what's behind you. And what if somebody, goodness forbid, I hope nobody ever has to go through this, but I learned this at another dealership. Somebody opens up your door. You're so busy and focused on this, you're not even paying attention. So as soon as you shift, even if the ATM machine is at the end of at this gray building right here, and then here's a normal look. Okay, so that's pretty accurate about where I'm at. Maybe that is okay. So even if the ATM machine is that yellow statue, what is that? That yellow post right there. You're not going to drive over 10 miles an hour. Most people aren't going to drive more than 10 miles an hour to get there. So since that doesn't kick in, the locking until over 10 miles an hour, that's why I do that. So thank you for listening to that right there. It was pretty awesome. But there's all your settings for your personalized settings worksheet on this vehicle. Otherwise, you got the home link, the compass, all app display mode if you want a darker light, Wi-Fi hotspot that I recommend strongly. I use it when I'm at these farmer markets. I tether to my vehicle. So then your general settings will go into things like your connections, the sound volume, the camera, which way you want the rear out, and the cross traffic monitor, which means when somebody's behind you. Profile settings, they're going to be according to the key, and Android Auto. So what you want to do is grant the permission to set that. And then you're going to want to turn the system's location settings on. And you're going to accept all these little defaults right here that's going to do for you. And now what you're going to want to do is, in my case, what I do is I just pull down that. I hold that B down right there. Right there, hold that B. And then it pulls these up. Then we're going to search for devices. Search for Honda Passport, which will come up right there. Pairing the Honda Passport, 462, 450. Pair that up. Connect it to the Tracy Honda Insider. Don't forget to subscribe. In this case, I'm going to deny messages. We don't really need it there. My beautiful daughter is right there. And it's going to ask you if you want to enable the Android Auto, which you're going to say yes. And then, again, don't forget to follow Tracy Honda Insider on all the social media platforms there. Press this icon here, and it's going to ask you to check your phone for a couple of things. One, it's going to ask you if you want to show the access to contacts, meaning when somebody calls you, you can have the name displayed right there. Okay? So in this case, I'm going to just deny it because I'm not going to use it. And then now you're going to actually want to continue on to your Android Auto. And then in a moment's bang, just like that, you'll see it's kicked in. So let me turn this down. That's the address to where I'm at, 2801 McHenry, when I'm there on Sundays at that farmer's market. Okay, Google, what's the address for Tracy Honda?
3450 Auto Plaza Way, Tracy, California, 95304.
There you see the passport stamped into that right there. You have the heated seats on both sides. I really enjoy this orange right here. Go Giants. Which mode you want the vehicle to be blowing at you right there, right? Turn it off. Front defrost, rear defrost, AC on, AC off. This is circulate the air right there in the sync or auto trim. So this is your multimedia part. If you don't want to use the Apple CarPlay or Android Auto wirelessly, this is just a high-speed charging port right here. So this is park. This is reverse. Reverse is going to give you all those backup angles right there. Also gives you a rear cross traffic alert as well. This is neutral. If you're at a car wash, hold the neutral down. It'll put it in neutral mode. You see that right there with the eye? Okay, put it in drive. Push drive one more time and it'll kick in the sport mode. You see that right there? So there's that right there, which also has a sport mode here. You have normal, econ, snow, which will slow the spin of the tires so you get more traction. Trail, sand, and tow, which is up to 5,000 pounds. So yeah, you got to see a little drive right there. You got to see how the Google works. This is auto start stop. When you get to a stoplight, when you get to a stop sign, then the car just shuts off and then it starts up again when you take your foot off the pedal. That's what that is right there. Downward hill assist. Brake hold. Set your brake. Take your brake off. Super deep storage right here. Open up this panel one more time. Sunglasses holder. There you can see that basket in the background. You know what? I need to film this, but we're going to go ahead and take it. We'll take it after. We'll go take it to the Honda sign. But for right now, yeah, this is a great, great vehicle. So let's see how it starts up. If not, I'll show you. But yeah, I needed to drive it. You got your tilt telescope steering wheel right here. Leather wrap with the orange stitching. Nice horn. Really enjoyed looking at that Trailsport right there. All these windows are one down, one up. Memory seating right there. You have the so this sort of pattern seems to be throughout the whole entire vehicle. Look, you have these different patterns right here throughout the vehicle. Push the park, hit that. It'll lift up the power lifting tailgate. The Elite has the hands free to where you would put your foot over here because there's a hitch right there. You have that storage right there. Little power outlet back here as well. And you have a nice little storage here, storage there. I remember the Passport, that's what they got rid of. If you've seen any of my videos, there's a button that you push. That button lays that flat. So if you're gonna do it, unless you have like a 6'7" or something wingspan, you're gonna have to come over here manually and pull it down. That was a nice button too. And there you go. Capitalist fuel filler, 87 octane. Great looking vehicle. Looks like it's money green to me. It's a nice look too. With all the stuff in it. There's the wheels. Those are 18-inch wheels. The General Grabber all-terrain sport tires. They're rated 275/60. And then you have the LED tail lights, LED fog lights. So it looks to me like they're all going to be orange, those recovery hooks right there. Passport stamped right here into the bumper. See me in the background. Your Trailsport badging right there as well. That is a good looking vehicle. What do you think? Is that something that you would take home right there? Definitely gonna have to go and take a different screenshot right there, but that's nice right there in its own right. Anyhow, there's the Elite that I did the other video on. Don't forget to go check that video out. But yeah, here's the back. It reminds me a little bit of the color of the that Chevy Trax that I did the video on that y'all love so much. Oh man, I can't think of the name of it. That's what it reminds me of. I knew I would nail it. I just couldn't quite put my finger on it. I was like, this reminds me of something. So there you go. Thank you again for checking it out with me. And didn't get to show you the back seat, but tons of space back here. It reminds me. What's up, everybody? It's me again. It reminds me of the interior of my Passport, like really, really much. A lot of space, loads of space. Even if that was all the way back right there, like you can still have loads of space right here. So, heck yeah, man, this right here is what I like the most. Is that there's no cups right here, so I can put my whole arm right there. Does it recline a little bit? Nope. So you only get one position. LED lights, those are just the best. And they're not on, meaning that you have to turn this on right here. There they go. There's the LED lighting. Here's a look from the back to the front.